This might be the coolest and most unique Spider-Man figure I've seen, and I'm so glad I stumbled upon it because it might be my new favorite Spider-Man figure. Let's open it up, check it out, and of course do some toy photography. So there's a pretty good chance you've never heard of this Spider-Man figure before. And you know why? Because it's not Spider-Man, it's Netman. Netman. Wait, that's the wrong superhero. Whatever. But this is Netman. It's a third-party figure. Oh, okay, so it's like a bootleg. It's a boot. Well, I mean, you can call whatever the heck you want. It's like a bootleg. It's a third party. I don't know. There's always arguments of which is which, but usually what I will refer to as third party is if this is clearly a character of a certain intellectual property owned by a big company like Spider-Man, owned by Disney, whatever. If a company wants to put out Spider-Man, maybe if they just call him Netman, they can just get away with it without having to pay licensing fees to Disney or whatever. But at the same time, it's a brand new figure. They made their own thing. It's not like a knockoff of a Marvel Legends. It's their own thing. DBToys. To me, I guess this would be a third party. But if you called it a boot, go for it. I love boots anyway, so that's great. So the thing that really turned me on to this figure when I saw it is because it's pretty different. It's pretty different. It's got a much different kind of body type than a usual Spider-Man would look like. It looks much more like a little kid. Really, it kind of looks like a really young kid version of Spider-Man, almost kind of like the Ultimate Spider-Man if you watched that show or if you read those comics, whatever. That's what it made me think of. And it's got really cool like soft goods around. It's kind of like got that Mezco feel to it. But the cloth around him kind of looked more like, I don't know, a leather kind of? I don't know. It looks cool. So I ordered it on Toyzmetaverse.com. I'm sure you can find it on places like 5K, Toys, whatever, but I'll link in the description where I bought it and also to some other places I'm sure you'll be able to pick it up too. So head to the link in the description. Okay, so the figure is sold out on the website I bought it from, Toyzmetaverse, and I can't find it anywhere else. So it's a little harder to find than I thought, but I did find a listing for it on AliExpress from a seller that I have bought from before. So I would say it's definitely safe to order from this seller. Go at your own risk. I'll put the link in the description. If anybody else knows where a good place is to buy this figure besides that, put in the comments and then I'll add it in the description if you trust them. If you want to pick them up, it's right there. So yeah, and these are websites that I trust, by the way. There is a bug flying around that box. Is it gone? Where's Venom when you actually need him? Speaking of third parties, bootlegs, first parties, licensed, whatever kind of action figures you're into, definitely consider subscribing if you are into it because I've got so much coming and I plan on putting out at least 2 to 3 videos per week for a very long time. So if you're not subscribed already, that would be very, very much appreciated. And I promise you won't regret it. I promise you won't. But enough of my own self-promotion. Let's open this figure up. If you ever scroll down one of those websites like Toyzmetaverse, there's so much cool stuff that I've never seen before or just stuff I didn't know existed. It's really cool scrolling on these third-party websites. I definitely recommend checking them out for sure. There's a lot of cool stuff and I've got a couple more third parties ready to go actually as far as videos. I can't wait. There's a beautiful Boba Fett one coming out soon that I'm very, very excited for. This is a very unique and different action figure, at least for me. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. So I was thinking like it was gonna be like a leathery kind of material, which I don't, maybe it is, but it feels like a rubber. It feels rubbery. It does feel very nice, but it's cool. Like even the soft good rubber material, so it goes all the way down to his little feet too. It's very weird. Like it's totally connected at the feet, kind of like, I have a Superman hot toy that is that way. The hands are not, and the head, and the neck, sorry, it's the neck. So everything else is completely covered by this soft goods suit, except for the hands and the neck up. But the joints are kind of loose. They're not like really loose, but they're not very tight either. But it's almost as if like the tightness of the suit also kind of helps the tightness of the joints and keeps them intact. I don't know, it's so interesting because the joints do feel a little bit loose. It's just, they move so quickly and smoothly. It's very weird. It's so weird, but I like it. Man, I don't even know what to say. The articulation seems pretty Whoa, well, all right. That's pretty cool. I wish I could compare this to the Maximum Marvel Legends, but that's not here yet. It got delayed again, by the way, if you're interested in that. I'm doing a video when that arrives. Very, very interesting. I'm liking it so far. So I did already touch on articulation a little bit, but let's really get into it all the way. What do you say? Totally easy T-pose all the way up like that. And then if you want to twist, you still can, even though it's kind of getting caught up in the suit a little bit. You can just kind of fiddle with it and still get it all the way, you know, really however the heck you want it. Like, that is crazy. Look at that. That's insane. Yeah, I see. I gotta like fiddle around with it because I feel like I've twisted the joints a little bit inside of there, and now I gotta figure out how to twist them back because I feel like I lost where it is underneath it. See, I don't like that. But that's just kind of how it is. Okay, there we go. I got it back to where it was. So if you twist it around at all, I feel like mostly it'll happen in the arms. Just make sure, feel around a little bit. You'll be able to tell where the joints are supposed to be with your hands. Just kind of, you know, the suit a little bit, and you'll be able to bring it back, you know, where you need it to be. Just be careful. You know, you don't need anything breaking like I've been breaking things lately. You know. You've got plenty of elbow articulation. Actually, not quite as much as I would have thought, but still pretty dang good. For the neck, yeah, you got lots of that. You can go all the way down. Very nice. And I kind of already showed off that crunch. Crunch is great. You can go full spread eagle like that. That's fantastic. You can have him probably do a full cannonball if you really wanted him to. Pretty much. Yeah, articulation is great, and you know, you're always gonna want to need a little bit more with Spider-Man. I think the suit is slightly restrictive. Not a whole lot, but it is a little bit. I would say articulation's great. You're gonna be able to get all the fantastic Spidey poses I think you could possibly want. It's just very exciting. And one more thing too, on the foot here, it does have an ankle articulation here underneath the suit, but it doesn't really seem to move at all. I don't know. I wouldn't really want to mess with that too much, but it's there. Very nice articulation. Boom. Definitely be careful a little bit around the crotch area. You don't want to give him a camel toe. Definitely looks like it's possible, but you can kind of spread that out if that ever happens. Don't worry, Spidey. We got you. Okay, I think I've just popped out a joint. Nothing's broken, but there is a joint that has popped out. That's possible, so I think I can just pop it right back in, and it should be okay. Hopefully. Stretch it out a little bit, give it a little push. Okay, whew, we got it. We're all good. I got it back in. I was getting a little nervous, actually, for a while, because I couldn't get it in. It was taking me a while. But the joint to pop these two back in was actually back here in the forearm, so I actually had to push with the forearm in here to pop them together. I was using the bicep to push, which wasn't the right thing to do. If that happens to you, push with the forearm, because that's where the joint connector is to the shoulder. And we're all good. Whew. Well, so Netman comes with a few things, such as a spider sense thing, which I think you can just kind of stick on his neck. There you go. It's kind of neat. His net sense is tingling. Cool. Probably works better and not such a harsh pose that I've got right in here right now. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. Definitely a cool thing. Look who decided to show up in the Spider-Man video. Man, I was talking about you earlier, and then thanks for coming in. Speaking of Venom, there's a black suit version of this too. So if you want to check that out, the black suit one would be cool to have as well. So he does come with this kind of big long twisty tie wire, which is kind of neat actually. You know, you can bend it as much as you want. It's kind of like a twisty. You can definitely do a whole lot with this. You could probably like twist it together to make some kind of cool web kind of looking thing. I think, honestly, I'm surprised most Spider-Man figures don't come with something like this. This is way better than what they usually come with. I like this a lot. Oh, there's two. Hang on. There's two of them. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with both of these, but I'm gonna straighten them all the way out and then twist them together, and it'll probably look a little bit more like a web than this twisty tie does. Hopefully, we'll see. So I'm just gonna twist like this. It's not gonna be perfect, but I think it's gonna look pretty good. Toxin down. Toxin's having a great time down here. Going crazy. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I think that looks a lot more like a web than it did before, and I think it looks really good, actually. I would definitely recommend doing this with this if you buy this figure. That might have been the intention, to be honest. And this hand here has a perfect little slot to put in the wire too, so you can really get it in there and get some cool poses. Like, that's so cool. And Spider-Man does come with, or sorry, Netman, sorry. He comes with some of these little web slingy things, which, to be honest, I'm not really interested in these. I feel like, oh, hello. I'm not really interested in these because I feel like every Spider-Man figure comes with stuff like this, and I've just gone through them a million times. I don't know, I'm not really interested. They're a little bit different than like the ones you'd get with a Figuarts or a Mafex or something. They're a little bit more interesting, I guess, but still not particularly interested. But if you did want to use them, you could just, you could just clip it on to the hand. Actually, probably before it's you add the hand on, just clip it on down there. And there you go, all set, ready to go. And a pretty fantastic selection of hands, open hands, closed hands, pointing hands, and even hands with magnets on them, which that is cool. So you can go and stick them on the fridge if you want, or really have them stick to anywhere. He's also got it on the bottoms of his little feetsies too, if you can see that. So pretty cool. Always a good addition to have lots of hands for Spider-Man. The magnetism isn't really that good, to be honest. He barely sticks on the fridge, but he does stick on the fridge. Okay, well, how tall is this guy? Is he 6 inches? He's slouching a little bit, but yeah, he's just about 6 inches. He's probably gonna meet it exactly if I wasn't kind of slouching him a little bit. So, cool, he's a 6-inch fig. Curious compared to the SH Figuarts No Way Home Spider-Man. I really like this figure. I think that's my favorite Spider-Man that I have. But this is the Gamerverse Diamond Select, which I did a video on somewhat recently. It's a cool figure, still a little bit bigger, actually too big for camera. Speaking of Gamerverse, this is a more recent Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Is it more recent? I don't know, there's a lot of them. They all kind of have their own scale and difference here. This is definitely the most cartoonish looking one with such a big head, all that, and I like it. I'm digging it. I really like this figure a lot. The more I'm using it, the more I'm really liking it. For some black suit Spider-Mans, this is the DBToys, the bootleg Mafex black suit Spider-Man. And then this is a super old Marvel Legends black suit Spider-Man, and I like this figure. A little bit smaller than the Marvel Legends, kind of the same size as the Mafex / CT Toys, whatever. Here comes Venom. I think they all kind of scale amongst the Spider-Verse, but it is such a different kind of stylistic choice that it kind of doesn't scale. Not because of scale, but just because of the style. But still looks cool. Okay, W or L for this guy. What are we giving him? I think he's really cool. He's really great figure. He's very unique. He works well. Like, he's functional. All the weird stuff it's got going on works. And it's cool. And I like him. The art style is cool. I'm into it. I really like this figure a lot, actually. This might be my new favorite Spider-Man that I've got. I would love to know what you think. I think just the fact that it's so unique is really putting it over the edge for me. And I'm curious to see what else this brand does. I don't know what else DBToys does, but I'm into it. I'm very much into it. Let me know what you think. Are you giving it a W, or are you giving it an L, or an M, or whatever? Let me know. I'm curious. And if you have this figure, tell me what you think about it. I like it. Okay, well, I gotta take a picture of this figure. I don't think Venom will be a part of the picture, but he's here now, right? Okay. Probably gonna do some kind of classic Spider-Man thing. I might try a different technique with this guy. So let's see. Let's take a shot. Okay, check it out. I'm at Peebles Island. This is where I'm always at for shooting all the time. But this is the bridge to get to Peebles Island. It is an island in the middle of the Hudson River, but this bridge is so cool, and every time I come here I'm like, man, this would be such a cool place for like Spider-Man or something. Well, here I am. I put Spider-Man on there. Actually, sorry, I put Netman on there, and he isn't working out exactly as I was hoping. He actually is, the magnets really are not that good. So I had to kind of improvise and put him on kind of an angle. That screw there is kind of helping his foot, all of that stuff, and it's working out okay. I used some of my magnet lights to try to, even though there's plenty of light going on here, I just want something more dramatic looking, just because it's a pretty simple shot. It's just Spider-Man right there. I'm not doing anything crazy. So I also put another loom cube right there, and I'm not even going tripod. I'm raw dogging this. I'm just holding this in my hand, taking a picture. It's kind of looking cool so far. I've just been messing around with it, and it's kind of looking okay so far. Let me show you what I got for my settings. My shutter speed's at 4,000 right now. So fast, just because it's so bright. I'm trying to darken things up. And I got my f-stop at 2.8 just because I like the blurry background, and my ISO is at 400. So it's a pretty simple setup. I'm really just trying to get a cool angle. That's really mostly what's going on here. So I'm gonna go and take this picture of Netman before a car drives by and knocks him over down into the river. Good. That's all right. All right, post-photo breakdown time with Spider-Man. Let's look at the final product over here. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really like this photo. I feel really proud of this shot. I don't know, it's definitely the best Spider-Man picture I think I've ever taken. And just the simplicity of it is very exciting to me. Nothing crazy. I just went to a spot, put him there, took a picture. This is the original photo. So I didn't do any photo combining or anything. I did have quite a few other options as far as like which photos I wanted to choose from. Just different angles, different stuff, you know. I think the one I went with was definitely the right choice. So I got rid of these. You know, those were there to give some rim lighting to the backside of Spider-Man, which definitely helped, but I didn't want them there, so I just used the generative fill to get rid of them. And the rest of it was just kind of brightening it up, adding lots of color, making it vibrant, and I did add a sky replacement. So I used the edit sky replacement tool to get the blue sky back there because it was all just white. If you call that cheating, that's totally cool and I understand, but just using the tools that I have, and came out great. Made it really vibrant. I kind of warmed it up a little bit. I don't know, it feels like New York City kind of to me, you know. And I did add a lens flare up here just so that it looks like there's one specific light source coming from the sky, like it's the afternoon. I think one of the reasons why I like it so much, or why it's looking the way it does, is because of the figure itself. The figure having that suit around it really gives it realism. So the figure definitely helps with that. Only thing I don't really love is like this area of the shoulder and elbow looks kind of weird. I did actually remove a stitch there. I got rid of this because it just was distracting. Usually I don't like getting rid of stuff on figures, but I actually did think it was distracting, so I got rid of it. Let me know what you think. Am I being a little over joyful right now? No, I don't think I am, but I would still love to know what you think. And that's it. Let's run the end of the video. Man, after how great this action figure is, I think my new favorite superhero is Netman. Like, way cooler than Spider-Man. Seriously though, this figure is awesome. I really am glad I picked this figure up. I can't recommend it enough. Go pick this figure up. Use the links I found in the description. And if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. This photo is going to be posted up on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm trying to use Facebook a little bit more. So if you're a Facebook user, definitely go to the link in the description and follow my work over there. As always, thank you so much for watching and getting this far into the video, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope so.